Here we go, blog 5. I'm going to start off with drinking some coffee just because I love a good black coffee. My favourite mug as well, Highland Bull. Everybody loves a good Highland Bull. And for most of y'all, you need to grab the bull by the horns and decide to go full after what it is exactly that you want. Stop fucking around, stop pussying around. Alright, and so I'm going to start today with a little story about my butcher story, right? And so there's a local butcher, still always go to all the time, and I went in and the guy was like, "Welcome to the 40s club, Chris. I can see you're in the 40s club now." And I was like, "What the fuck do you mean, baldy?" And he's bald as well. We go to the same barbers. God took the option of hair well away, and so I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, look, you're fat. You're getting fat." Like, and I had this spare tyre round about my waistline, right? And he said, "Welcome to the 40s club." And I said, "Fuck you, you fat fuck," right? But he was right. And so that triggered me. And people need to be offended and to take that. It's not criticism to call you out, it's to pull you up, right? And so he was really meaning it as offensive. And I seen through that. But you know what, I took it and I thought, okay, thank you. I went away, got my chicken, got my eggs, got whatever else, maybe steak and lamb and whatever else I was buying, went away and I made a change. Okay? Why did I make a change? What was the challenge? That was a turning point for me. And here's what I learned from it. That I was lying to myself. I was being a sack of shit to myself. And I needed called out by somebody else and make me realise that I was off course. Right, I wasn't exactly what I was preaching, and I was a sack of shit. And so I decided that day to turn around about. I was in the bath. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The breakfast consisted of about a tub of Nutella and half a loaf of bread, and it wasn't a small tub of Nutella either. It was a big fucking tub of Nutella. And so the little voice within me, the bitch voice, did say, "Just to start Monday, Chris." But it was Saturday, and it was Saturday afternoon. And I said, "No, fuck that, I'm starting now." And the bitch voice said, "Start tomorrow, Chris. You've already eaten shit this morning." I goes, "Yeah, right enough. I could have a pizza tonight again. I could have all that." But that is how I got that. I was skinny fat. It was fucking disgusting. And for any of you that are tolerating being skinny fat or even fat or just generally living unhealthy, then fuck you. You need to make a change. You need to learn to love yourself and respect yourself. And to gain respect from others, you're going to have to start telling the truth and being integral to you, right? You all want respect, but you don't want to give yourself that respect. And so if you're not giving yourself that respect, you're teaching others not to respect you, and then you're wondering why nobody respects you and you're having nobody of worthy or value in your life. Well, that's why it started with you, okay? And so I started there and then. I cleaned it right up. I just said, "Fuck you, Chris, you're starting now." I got out the bath, dried myself off, got changed, came downstairs, and I ate clean. And that's it. I've never missed a day since. 9.5 months later, I'm shredded. I'm around about 5% body fat, or thereabouts. I just love it when you can see the veins under the veins under the veins, and you can see the ripples of the striations of the muscle fibers. It's a great place to be, and I'm energetic with it as well. All right, and so I went back to the guy after getting shredded, and of course he's still a fat sack of shit. And so I was like, "Bro," and the guy's got a beautiful Aston Martin, right? And I was like, "Bro, baldy, oh fatty." And he looked at me, I goes, "Listen, I just want to say thank you to you." And he looked at me and goes, "Thank you for what?" I goes, "Well, listen, you called me out for being skinny fat. You called me out for being a piece of shit." And he goes, "What, for insulting you?" I goes, "Well, you might have thought it was an insult, and you might have meant it as an insult. But I took it as a open criticism, and I looked at myself and I realised that, listen, I was being a sack of shit to myself. I was lying to myself, and I was poisoning myself. And therefore, not just poisoning myself, but I was poisoning those around about me with my standards, or lack of them. Alright, because you get what you tolerate, and so you're teaching other people how to treat you. You're teaching other people that may be looking up to you how to treat themselves. And so that's not how I wanted to go. And I goes like, "Bro," I said, "I've changed." Show them the abs. "What the fuck about you? You've got a brand new Aston Martin out there, and it's a bag of shit. A bag of rust, a fat bag of rust driving it. What are you going to do about it? I've changed. You called me up, you called me out, and so what about you? Time for you to change. And not just settle for the 40s club, 50s club, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, broke, busted, disgusted, fat, out of shape and disgusting. right? And so if you're broke, busted, disgusted, fat, out of shape, skinny, fat, completely fat, whatever you are, it's time for you to call yourself out, to allow this message to call you up to greatness, because you are capable of greatness. Listen, do you want what is easy, or do you want what's worthy? Do you want, listen, you've got a direct choice here. You've got an easy life that leads to the hard existence, or you want to do what's worthy. What's worthy can be challenging. You're leaning into the challenge, which is being more, doing more, to have more. That really leads to more fulfillment, right? It leads to a life of pride. And I like to say, fuck happiness, right? Happiness it can be glorified as instant gratification. And so if you go towards instant gratification, that is what leads to you being broke, busted, disgusted, fat, out of shape, unhealthy. Because, listen, to become that person that could run a marathon and win the marathon, that takes time, that takes effort, right? And so to become that person that creates a self of worth, then it's going to be over a duration of time. So I want you to create that goal for yourself. What is that goal that you want? What is that worthy ideal that you want to go towards? What is that truly fulfilled life that you want? I'm sure you don't want to be broke, busted, disgusted. I'm sure you don't want to be fat. I'm sure that's not how you set out to be, but it's how it's the results that you've got from what you've allowed and what you've accepted within your life, right? And so I want you to say something right now, right? I want you to do something right now, rather. I want you to just commit just now to make a change, right? And if you're saying that you're waiting for the right time, or if you're waiting for whatever, I'll do it when, fuck you, because that's just an excuse. Everything comes up after, I'll do it when, I could if. Listen, it's not, you just need to start right now. You need to make a decision right now in this moment that it's not going to get easier. You just get stronger. That is it. Listen, we are goal-seeking organisms. I've said this in every episode. From the sperm and the egg. From the sperm and the egg, the sperm is a goal-seeking organism. So you can see yourself a bit like a sperm going towards your, what's the egg that you're seeking? What is that you're seeking? What is it that you want to create? We are goal-seeking organisms. And so without a goal, we become obsolete. You make yourself obsolete. And that is why you get depressed. The only depressed person is suppressing their innate nature, their God-given infinite potential in creation. Like I said before, God is the initiator of the creation. He created you. And so what are you initiating within your life and creating within your life? We as humans need a mission. Without one, you start dying inside, from the inside out. And that is why, right? So I need to wake up every day with direction. Otherwise, you're just going to be a walking corpse. It's quite clear to see that most people are like that. They are walking corpses, right? And so you need to have a clear goal. Because if you've got no clear goal, you need guidance, you need strategy, you need my mentorship on my mastermind, and you need to reach out to me, because that is what I do. Whether you're working with me one-on-one, or in a small group, or in a larger group community, then that is what you need. Because left to your own devices, you're going to drift. And drifting and getting swayed from pillar to post leads to a life of regret. And you've only got your shit. Like, you can say, listen, I'll come back, I'm going to go on, I found it's for free, everything's for free. But the reason why you're not doing it or applying it is because you're getting left to your own devices. You're defaulting to, when things get slightly challenging, to your thinking, your thoughts, your habitual ways of showing up. And so you're trying to apply you there to this now, and it's not going to work. It requires you to be held to account to these new actions, and that's what's going to create the change, okay? Listen, the only reason that you'd fail with my mentorship is that if you don't execute. That is the only reason. And straight up, you'll be fucking stupid. So I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm giving you the strategy, and I'm going to hold you to account. And if you don't do it, that's on you. And that's just plain fucking stupid. So if you want real breakthroughs, it starts with your full commitment. You don't just listen, join, execute, and succeed. Right? Let me say that again. You don't just listen because it goes in one ear out the other. I want you to have it, make it a part of you. Apply it, right? So you're going to join, reach out to me, message me, drop into my DMs and just say I'm in. That's it. That's all I'm going. And you're going to get a link to join. I don't want. I'm not here to convince you. You're here to do it, okay? And so you're going to join. You're going to execute on what I give you, and you're going to succeed. And here's why. You're going to make winning at all costs the goal, right? Because you've settled for too long, and settling is death. You need to be willing to do whatever the goal demands of you. Not what I demand of you, what your goal demands of you. I don't know what your goal is, but I know you want more. And so you're going to need to comply with the directions that I give you, and you're going to need to comply with your goal's demands, because your goal demands you to be someone. To have something, you need to be someone. And so who is that someone? Who does a goal demand you to be? What standards does it require of you? What is the decisions it requires of you? How does it require you to show up? How does it require you to treat yourself, to treat other people? Because listen, settling isn't just mediocrity, it's self-imposed death. So ask yourself, what is it that I really want? What do you really want? What do you really want? And what don't you want? Maybe that's easier for you because that's how you've been indoctrinated, to know what you don't want, what you don't like. And so what is it that you don't want? Let's narrow it down to what you really want. Because I don't believe you don't know what you really want. I believe that you do know what you really want. You've just allowed yourself to settle and to tolerate that. Okay? And that's why you're here, and that's why you're listening. So why aren't you doing what you want yet? Why are you tolerating living a life that you don't want? Really think about that. What do you really want? What don't you want? Why aren't you doing what you want yet? And why are you tolerating what you don't want? See, the level of what you're capable of isn't what you're expressing just now. And that's why you feel frustrated. You've got infinite potential within you, okay? You know you've got more inside of you. You know you've got more to give, but you aren't living it. You aren't expressing it. And so what boundaries have you placed in yourself, or even worse, what have you allowed other people to place upon you? What limits have you allowed other people to place upon you? And let's go back to what you really want. Is your actions in full alignment with the highest version of you? If not, why not? See, I can tell right now that there's people in your life that they don't believe in you. Because you don't believe in you. Because if you truly did believe in you, then you would be doing what you wanted to do, but you're not. And so you don't believe in you. Why don't you believe in you? It's because you've trained yourself not to trust you. You've trained yourself not to believe in you. You've trained other people, therefore, not to believe in you either. Why? Because you keep falling short of the promises to yourself. I mean, just look at your life. Look at how many times you didn't follow through. So decide today, decide right now, in fact, to change and to never look back. And so if you know that there's more inside of you, and you're done playing small, it's time to work with me. And fuck yeah, Chris, oh fuck's sake, it's down to that again. It's down to fucking come and work with me. Yes, come and work with me, because I'm going to help you move the needle in your life. Now, I don't care whether you just join the Mastermind or whether you join one-to-one mentorship. I'm not going to tolerate your bullshit excuses. There's only execution within these perimeters. Only execution. And that's going to weed certain people out. I only want to work with the willing. And I seen something the other day that success is for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I'll tell you why it's not for everybody. It's only for the willing. Because I only work with the willing, and success only comes to those that are willing to do whatever that success, that outcome demands of them. And so fuck these flaky coaches. Fuck these snowflakes that don't have a clue. Fuck these coaches that don't live by what they speak and what they preach. And stop saying that you'll do it and then not do it. Like I said, you're teaching yourself not to trust yourself. You're teaching other people not to trust you from what you earned by disrespecting yourself and breaking the promises to yourself. You want respect? Then do what you said. On everything. No excuses. So this is your moment. If you're ready to actually do what you say, then let's go. What are you waiting on? And lastly, if you want to follow the popular road, then you're just going to get average or below average results. But if you want more, conflict is essential. Going against the grain is essential, it's necessary, and it's life or death. Because if you're afraid of conflict, struggle, discomfort, then you're never going to rise to greatness. And here's the irony of me saying that, is the fact that you are uncomfortable just now. You are living within discomfort just now. Because if you're broke, busted, disgusted, you are struggling, you are uncomfortable, you're just doing it in the wrong path. Right? You're going to need to choose the greater of the two discomforts. Choose the discomfort of growth. Choose the discomfort of leaning into your limitations. And an insecurity is only an insecurity as long as you choose to keep it. If you know you've got insecurities, then why the hell are you choosing to keep them? That's a choice. That is a choice. If you're complaining about something and continue to complain and complain and to complain, it's a choice. It's in your life. You're choosing to keep it within your life. So even though you're complaining and saying that you don't like it, it's a choice that it's there, and that's what you're tolerating. You have what you tolerate. You have what you deserve. You may not like that. It may be a tough pill for you to swallow, but it's a fact. If you're complaining about stuff day in, day out, but you keep showing up with it, well, it's a choice. That was your goal. Realize whatever you're thinking is your goal. Whatever you're speaking and verbalizing is your goal. Whatever you're doing is your goal. Fuck! So this is your moment. Join now. Message me. I'm in. This is it. You're either in or you're out. If you're in, then message me. I'm in. And don't expect me to try and convince you to start. I don't care if you start or not. Now you're either, I'm in, Mastermind, I'm in, one-on-one coaching, no excuses, let's get started, make the move, no more, it's the right time, can I have a payment plan? No, you fucking can't. Alright? Now, let's go. Expect and demand greatness. Demand of yourself the attributes and action steps of the individual that you admire. Demand and expect more of yourself than anybody else could possibly do that. Hold people to a standard in your life, and if they don't meet that requirement, eliminate them. If you don't meet that requirement, raise your standards and eliminate your old self. Period. Alright, that's enough. I'm going to have